have done. They've done very little, except bring you the teaching, the belief. Because that's all teachings is, I believe. We don't need to believe no more. We need to know.
Everybody jump.
Just keep it going. Just keep it going.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody.
In a state of emergency.
Want to show about it? Like to hear? Here it go.
Keep it real.
What dear?
Cause I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
Just keep it going.
And I am also your soul brother. Number one.
Just keep it going.
Everybody who is black and interested in black people, let us sit down and find out how we can get together in one direction against one enemy and accomplish this job overnight.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, A Change Is Gonna Come, it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Talik Ibn Rashid has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ebenrod is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.
Right. Bro, you a genius. I ain't gonna lie. This is like
Bruh, you was a genius. I swear. You're gonna go down like a Elijah Muhammad or a Malcolm X with this one. You finna go down in history with this one. I swear to God, bro.
Well, I'm their child. You know, we all their children.
Yeah, but bro, you know, you your own, you different, bro. I mean, to think of that. I mean, bro, this is genius. Like, I don't just say stuff just to be saying it. Like, I swear to God, bro, you are really on something to come up with this. I don't know how you came up with this, but this is.
Well,
How did you come up with that?
The Mississippi campaign represents everything that you claim that you want. The beginning of an all-black independent nation. The ability to control your own resources. Your politics. The law. Be able to do your own thing for a change. Create an economy. Create and produce goods that Africa or anybody on the planet would want. You're fake, you don't want to do nothing. 3 hours talking about the Mississippi campaign.
Just keep it going.
Let's see, Talik says, can you send a shout out to my platform, the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry? Our theme this year is After Purge Comes the Heal. Shout out to your platform, Talik. All the best to you guys with continuing to stretch in perspective, to stretch in what is possible, and to continue to bring healing into the space of yourself and others. Yes.
Just keep it going.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire at reality's temple. Reality's simple. My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire.
Just keep it going.
Self, and you don't realize it. You don't realize it that God has been in prison. The devil was able to imprison God. So right inside your own self, your God self has been in prison, and you have a false sense of self running rampant inside the temple. This is why, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We have to bring reality's temple here on earth. Reality's temple here on earth.
Yes, sir.
We have to realize the enemy is running rampant inside this temple.
And that is Brother Talik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. You know, he's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
My brother Angel Snubnub 7 at the Reality Temple. And to give props to him, because I listened to all of Angel Snubnub 7's videos. I think that he comes from a different angle, and there's a powerful message in a lot of the videos that he put out, and I try to catch all of them. I look at him as a free thinker and a person that's willing to challenge those of which he don't agree with or which he may think differently from, and I really respect him for that. He's challenged KNBS, and he has also challenged the Black Supremacy Movement as well. And I have nothing against that, because that which cannot be challenged cannot stand and will not stand and will not survive the test of time. How many challenges we can withstand will determine how long we will be able to stand.
Just keep it going.
Bro, this is genius. Like, I don't just say stuff just to be saying it. Like, I swear to God, bro, you are really on something to come up with this. I don't know how you came up with this, but this is. How did you come up with that?
Throughout the history of the United States, the
construct of racism was created specifically to oppress black people, to try to suppress our determination to achieve liberation. Like Angela Davis said, it's built into the system.
Nowadays I can't believe what's going on in front of me. I don't want to watch TV and find another casualty. I don't want to read the news. My heart's already black and blue. I'm putting on my combat boots, 'cause I got an attitude. We're like soldiers forced to fight a war. What the hell? I can't take it anymore. 'Cause for so long we've been patient, now we're done. And don't you even ask me when did I become such an angry black woman. Every day is a struggle, but as long as my brothers and my sisters are in trouble, goddamn, I'm a ABW.
We can't successfully put an end to racial discrimination until we change the entire system.
We've been trying to keep the peace 50 years since Martin King. Some don't like me for who I am, but I love my melanin. Another future college grad sleeping in a body bag. Mother screaming out her lungs. She never gonna see her son. We're like soldiers forced to fight a war. What the hell? I can't take
soul brothers and sisters. This is Tangi Cox, the Black Sheep, and I am propositioning you to entertain just a little while of being in reality. And this is gonna hurt soul sisters and brothers because a lot of us cannot accept reality. I empower you to, for 1 year, to subscribe to the reality temple on earth. And at the end of 12 months, draw your conclusion of what have you learned in that amount of time. I empower you. You will never, ever, ever think, feel, or entertain nonsense ever again, period. I would like to see my soul sisters and brothers awaken. This requires time. You need to spend about a year watching, researching, and looking. Reality Temple on Earth is life-changing, and I stand on that.
Let's get this party started. Ride. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride. Let's get this party started. Ride. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride. Let's get this party started. Ride. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride. Let's get this party started. Ride. Let's get this party started quickly.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to a spontaneous broadcast of what we call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother. Number one. This is September the 10th, 2024, and we are broadcasting during the time of presidential debate, whereas we have Democratic nominee Kamala Harris is debating ex-president Donald J. Trump, Republican. And I would assume the debate is in progress right as we come on the air. So many people will be tuning in and very curious, and it's very hyped up time in politics, as this might be the only debate between these two candidates for one of the highest offices in this nation. A debate. It is sad that we cannot debate or we cannot discuss a topic or anything without emotions running the cup over as adults. It turns into name calling, childish behavior, and we have seen this even in the debates within the presidency or those seeking the presidency of the United States. And those of us on social media, we know we've seen it all, so-called debates. And people losing their cool because many folks, they don't know how to explain, they don't know how to defend their opinion or their belief, and they lose it. And it's all over the place. It's not a debate, it's hollering match. The purpose of the debate is for both candidates or both persons that's debating a certain topic is to express their position on that topic plain enough so as the audience can listen to both sides to make a judgment call. And for the judges to determine who was best in explaining that position. One of my favorite movies with our brother Denzel Washington called The Great Debaters. That's debating. What we see on social media is hollering matches. What we might see tonight, well, I really doubt it because they've taken actually the fun out of the debate. All these different rules and regulations. You got two people, you don't have an audience. It's just two people behind a podium and they turn their mics off and all this because nobody has no control. And you don't have an audience to bring some type of emotion. It's just boring. But this is what it has come to be because, unfortunately, the so-called adult carries childish behavior and we want to win. So I would say and I would do anything because I got to win. And the only losers are those who are trying to listen. That's why during these debates, nobody learns nothing. I was a Christian when I came to the debate. I'm a Christian when I'm leaving. I'm a Muslim when I came to the debate. I'm a Moorish. I'm a Pan-African. Whatever I am, that's what I was before, because I ain't learned a damn thing. It becomes a hollering match. And you hollering and hoping that the one that is expressing your belief or your idea hollers the loudest. And everybody wins. So both people going to claim victory unless it's like the last Trump-Biden debate where it was quite obvious poor Joe Biden just didn't have it together that time. There are many watching hoping that Kamala Harris does well, and as a former prosecutor, you would think that she would do pretty well. But there's a difference between this arena and that of making an argument in a courtroom. It's a different, similar, but it's different. So now they are hoping, because they put so much investment and hope in Kamala Harris. Donald Trump has done this over and over again, 7 times, to Kamala Harris 1. And see, we can say anything out of our mouth. Miss Harris, I want some of Donald Trump. If you want some of Donald Trump, then you should have set up those 2 or 3 debates. If you want Donald Trump so bad. If you really have confidence in yourself. Look, somebody like me, because I know I'm going into hostile territory, but I will accept all challenges. And that's the way Kamala Harris should be. Bring it. Because I know I have my act together. But when you fear, there are those who talked a lot of crap when they was getting ready to box Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson. They talked a lot of crap. Kamala Harris talked a lot of crap. You only want one debate because you're scared for real. You ain't really ready. And nobody is ready to go up against somebody with that type of experience. Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, he got 7 times in the ring. Kamala Harris, 1. Tyson and Ali, the greatest boxers, here you are, you want their title. It ain't easy to go up against the champion, rather. I can imagine how people who play basketball, I'm getting ready to play Michael Jordan. Unless you're Kobe Bryant. Kobe was ready for Jordan. And by the time LeBron James came into the league, Jordan was fading out. It's not easy going up against an intimidating force. And no matter what you say, Donald Trump was president. And Donald Trump been in the ring a few times. All this hype about Kamala Harris. Well, I hope she does well. I hope that this is decent entertainment for those who are involved. Now, for myself, all this debating, which there was a time where it was something I enjoyed. When I first came to YouTube, how you doing there, IMGA Forever? When I first came to YouTube, after my revelation, and who's to say that it was not God Who's to say? Because y'all say, and even the scriptures say, that nothing come into existence without God's approval. So when I was incarcerated, I heard the words of Dr. Ray Hagins, or Pastor Ray Hagins, because I already was questioning things. And then I heard the words of Dr. Ray Hagins, and he said, Jesus never existed. And you know, like those cartoon characters, when they get an idea and the light bulb shines on top, that's how I felt. Jesus never existed. If Jesus never existed, and he's the foundation of Christianity, he's a main character in the Quran. Jesus is the foundation of is also in Judaism, I believe. They don't worship him as no prophet, but I think he's in there. He's in their scriptures. But Jesus is a key figure. And if Jesus did not exist, everything that I believed in since I was a child is a lie. I've been lied to. And so I didn't just take Pastor Hagin's words. I'm like, I can't believe this. Because all my life, I believed in this prophet, this person, this character that I was taught, Jesus. I was taught Jesus when I was a young boy, a Baptist in the rural South, and then when I converted to Islam, I was taught about Jesus. But now you telling me that Jesus never existed. And so I began to do unbiased. See, some of y'all do research to try to prove the lie. To try to prove it. No, I want to try to figure out, is this real? Is it true? And I began to find out that Jesus never existed. And as I got older, even Dr. Martin Luther King talked about God, but he never, if you notice, Dr. King never talked about Jesus Christ, because when you go to theology school, you begin to learn the depths of these teachings and you begin to find out certain things. And Dr. King could not find a reason to believe in this figure called Jesus. It's upsetting. And many of you know. You're not that ignorant. You know. Some of us, we know. But we're just going to believe anyway. Just in case. Just in case. Because this has been taught to us for thousands of years. This lie. And I was upset. I was disappointed. But I've always been a truth seeker. So it really didn't bother me. But it's upsetting because you tell other people about Jesus. You tell other people about Muhammad. You tell other people about these things because you feel as though they are good. They was good for me. They good for the people. Now, I've never been somebody to try to force my religion or my beliefs on nobody. I never get angry at nobody that has a problem with this ministry that I call the Reality Temple on Earth. You never heard me, oh, they a fool. They stupid. They ignorant. They deaf, dumb, and blind. You never hear me talk about that. Because we're all on one level. It took me for at least, 40 years, 30 years to get to this level. And there have been many that have been on this level longer than me. They knew a long time ago. I'm just getting here. Jesus never existed. And you know, it seemed as though the veil come off. And I began to see certain things. So I began to take it a step further, because if Jesus did not exist, what else was I taught that's not true? So now I have to examine everything I've ever been taught since I was a child. I have to re-examine. Even to the point, now you would think, it sounds like Pastor Ray Hagins woke you up. Those words did. So you would think, oh, I would gravitate towards Pastor Ray Hagins' teachings, right? Wrong. Because waking up means I have to examine everything. I cannot accept something on face value anymore. So not only was I re-examining the things I was taught as a child, as a teenager, as a young man, I'm going to re-examine what Pastor Hagin told me. And see, this is something many of us don't like. We want to expose the truth because we believe we have the truth. So you don't have to examine nothing no more. Because I'm exposing Christianity. I'm exposing Judaism. I'm an exposer. Ain't nothing wrong with me. And so I looked at what Pastor Hagin was teaching. And what Pastor Hagin is teaching, or was teaching, still teaching, is fabricated pseudo-scholarship. Mixing Christianity, that you said Jesus did not exist, but you're still going to use the Christianity and mix it with comedics, this comedic science that nobody from Kemet taught you. Nobody from Kemet taught Pastor Hagin or none of these people from Kemet nothing. Nobody from Egypt taught you nothing. The majority of you cannot read no what they call hieroglyphics. You taking stuff, manufacturing, fabricating some stuff. What you think the Egyptians thought, how they worship. And you turn it into your own religion, because none of those people, nobody from Kemet taught you nothing. So how the hell can you be a Kemetic priest? How can Pastor Hagin talk about Kemet when Kemet has been extinct for thousands? Not for a few days, for thousands of years. And you wasn't there. And you don't know nobody that was there. A Kemetic lie. You are a grave robber. Like most of these people following dead folks and crap that they dig out the ground and make up religions. That's you become the Jesus. You bringing the dead to life. There's no such thing in our reality as resting in peace. Because as long as these suckers is alive, they gonna dig you up from the grave and bring you back. You cannot rest in peace. Grave robbers. Nothing comes from your womb. Nothing comes from your mind. You always got to get something from foreigners or the slave owners. So I question those things. So when my mind began to experience change and these new ideas and thoughts and how you're looking at things, when I first come to YouTube, I was wondering, could it handle the pressure? Could it handle with what I know? Is it really real? Or is it no different than this other stuff that I'm finding out is a lie? Fabricated. So I wanted to test the waters when I first came to YouTube to debate the new against the traditional, this archaic, outdated stuff. And see, I have an advantage because I either know it or know the basics of these things. But you don't know where I'm coming from. So I have an advantage. There was a white troll, a guy hiding behind an avatar, Mr. Know-It-All. He was cool because I learned some big words. I learned some big words from him. He's an intellectual. You know, been to college. A lot of these folks tell you about your grammar. And so he debated me. This is before the live stream. And we debated in the chat room for about 8 hours. And during the whole 8 hours, this white guy, he never was on the offensive. He was always on the defensive. Always. He could never get on the offensive. Always on the defensive. And see, for me, even prior to joining the Nation of Islam, and some of you have also, some of you know how to debate. When I was in high school, we had debate class, and we debated other high schools and things of this nature. So I know how to debate. One of the things that will help you win is your position. If your position is wrong, if your position is in error, I don't care how articulate you are. I don't care how charismatic you are. I don't care how many subscribers you have. You're not going to win. One of the first things that you do and understand is find your opponent's weakness. They teach you that in martial arts. That's why a small person, if you understand the weak spots in an opponent, no matter how big, no matter how strong, and I know there are those who talk about, I heard a conversation where because somebody was bigger, as you know, Bruce Lee was a little guy. But see, in a real fight, I'm not talking about no, what the MMA, those fights, these regulations. Real fights don't have regulations. One of my favorite weak spots and I'm going after it. So if you fight me, you're gonna have to watch yourself. On a man, his penis is the weak spot. I've never seen a man that can get hit in the penis and don't drop. Now there are people, I don't know how they do it, but they're supposed to train for so long or whatever, and if you hit them in the penis, they can handle a kick or a punch. The average person, you hit a man in the penis, even a baby, because it happened to me. A little baby took the little baby hand. How big is a baby's hand? What, this little time? This little baby hit me in the penis, and I dropped. This little baby. Goo goo da da do do da. Goo goo gaga my. Goo goo gaga this. Everything has a weak spot. Everything has weakness. When you believe that there's no weak spot, that there's no weakness, you're in trouble. And so that's what I go for. The weak spot that all these ideologies and beliefs have is people believe they are perfect. Weak spot. That's a weak spot. Know-it-alls. Weak spot, because nobody know it all. And you don't even know, you so arrogant, you don't even know what your weak spot is, so you cannot even defend yourself. Because you know it all. How many of these people, while they speaking to us, ever talk to us about common sense? Reasoning, being analytical, being logical. You never hear those type of terms with them. Because in order for you to fly, in order for you to be down with them, you can't use common sense. You can't use reason. You can't be analytical. You cannot question them. So here I am. I'm original. And you're copy and paste. This ministry is original. You're copy and paste. You're going to bring me something that you did not create. You heard a DVD. You went to a debate. You heard a lecture. And where they got it from? None of it comes from them. They're grave robbers. These folks manufacture stuff from the grave. Anything that you got and you practice 2,000 years old, dead as hell. I'm alive. How can somebody dead come and tell me something? You're dead. You're a grave robber. It didn't come from you. So they want to debate. What are you debating with? I've done my research. You done your research and you got your information just enough to support your regurgitation that you got from somewhere else. You ain't discovered nothing. What Malcolm said, what Marcus Garvey said, what the Bible said, what the Quran said. What do you say? What do you have you discovered? You're just a slave following somebody. You have no mind of your own. And these folks get hyped up listening to DVDs and tapes and their scholarship. They done read all these books. But then they meet somebody. Then they meet somebody like me. And it throws them to a loop. They never had to deal with somebody like me before. They're used to dealing with somebody else who regurgitate and copy, plagiarize, a Xerox zombie. I'm not a Xerox zombie. I'm free thinking, always have been. Even when I was thinking the way a lot of y'all do, I was free thinking. Because I'm a truth seeker. I'm not a personality worshiper. Well, Jesus said, what Mr. Farrakhan said, Elijah Muhammad said, I'm not a personality worshiper. Because I understand, always have understood, somebody can be wrong. And I know what's wrong with your regurgitation. I know what's wrong with your copy and paste. And I'm not scared of you. You don't intimidate. I intimidate you. You talk a lot of crap till you gotta face me one-on-one. And put down the rules so your ass don't act childish. Have to do you like Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. And I smash your regurgitation and your copying and your mimicry. You ain't got a chance in hell. Because that's not you. And you really don't even know what it is. It didn't even come from you. It just sounds good. Had people come here, they want to debate somebody. You laughing at me. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at this ideology and this belief that you won't let go when clearly you are now seeing the error. But you won't let it go. So you hurt because you feel stupid, but you're going to hold on to it. That's your problem, not mine. I debate ideology. I don't know you. I don't want to talk about your dog. I don't want to talk about your family. I don't care what kind of car you drive. I don't care whether you're bald, you got kinks in your hair, or what. If you're gay, I don't care about. I'm talking about, we are talking about our ideology and our beliefs or these political views. But see, when folks lose, they turn to these personal attacks. I don't need personal attack. Because I know the weakness in your argument. I don't have to talk about your wife, even though she only has 2 teeth. That's between you and your wife. You like women with 2 teeth in her mouth, that's your business. I don't care nothing about that. So they come here, you laugh at me. So they want me to come where they feel come. I don't care where I come. It's still going to be the same outcome. You lose here, wherever you go, wherever I go with your happy ass, you're going to lose. You ain't smarter than this. You're a grave robber. You're a dead person. You ain't smarter than me. If you are, prove it. I accept all challenges from anybody. People that used to be here or the new for whoever you are. You can't do nothing with this because I'm alive. You're dead. You're a dead man walking. Grave robber. This is 2024. I'm not going to let your 1930 ass debate and beat me. And you living in 1930? No. Had another guy come on here. You persecuting me. I feel like I'm on trial. No, you're not on trial. Your ideology is on trial. I don't know you. You bring in and you trying to tell us that you're smarter, that you got something better. But it's not. It's not even yours. You can't even explain it. And clearly the big shots, the popular YouTubers, these folks, the preachers, they don't want to, they already know. The only thing they have to do is just watch one video of mine. I ain't gonna mess with that. They already know. And quite honestly, I'm going to admit, I love to destroy them. I don't want to, but I love to destroy them. I love to destroy them. Why? Not to embarrass you, not to humiliate you, to teach your ass a lesson. We cannot even discuss nothing among ourselves no more. Because if you don't think like me, it ain't happening. You can't do nothing with me because I can say I'm wrong. If you notice in these debates or whatever, it's very rare these folks say I'm wrong. You make a good point. Because if you tell me that, you feel embarrassed. Because I know I make a lot of good points. That makes sense. Because that's what this platform is founded upon. The acceptance of reality, logic, reason, common sense, being analytical. I can say, I don't know. I don't know. So if I tell you I don't know, that's the end of discussion. I don't know. I can tell you that makes sense. But if it don't make sense, I'm going to tell you why it don't make sense. And there's nothing that you can do that can say or change to change otherwise that it does make sense. That's why they get angry. I like to destroy these folks because nobody has the right to have an opinion. Everything Farrakhan says right. Everything the Bible says right. Everything the Quran says right. And they get angry with you. I'm not an African. Oh, yes you are. How the hell you gonna tell me? You gonna tell, no, you are African. How you gonna tell black Americans that they're Africans when African is a relative term? That's a continent. There's no people on the earth called African. Who the hell are you talking about? Specify. And then then when you specify, show the connection of these black Americans to these people on that continent. You can't do it. Nobody has. You just say that because of our physical features and a little of our history, but you don't never tell the whole story. I tell the whole story. And it can't be debunked. It cannot be dismantled because that's what happened to us. That's how we came into being. None of us stepped off no ship from no Africa. I've sent challenges to these different channels. They don't respond. They don't ask, oh, you ain't worth my time. Because I'll whoop your ass. That's the first thing. You're not on my level. You're not on my level. No, I'm not on your level. Because you way down there. You're a grave robber. I'm alive. I walk on top of graves. You're right. I'm not on your level. You are in the depths of hell. Grave robber. Soul stealer. Liar. Deceiver. mind being corrected as long as it passes the criteria of common sense, logic, reason, and being analytical. Phil Fox in the house. How you doing, Brother Phil? So I don't mind. I don't mind being corrected. Don't bring me that foolishness. I have a right to question it. And since it's regurgitation, you don't know. You're doing is copying and mimic. But I like destroying these folks. Because nobody, whatever you are, you have a right. If you want to be a Christian, you have the right to be that. You want to be a Muslim or Pan-African or Arab, that's y'all right. Everybody has their right to think and believe whatever they want to do. I also have the right to question it. Has nothing to do with you personally. I question Islam. I question Christianity. I question Pan-Africanism. I question the Moorish Science Temple. I question these things that you did not create. None of you did. None of you created it. You're just a regurgitator, a zombie. You copy. And that's your weak spot. That's your weakness. Because you did not create it. It sounded good to you, and you went. You really did not question nothing. It sounded good to you, and you gravitate toward it because it sounds good. And then you went and did your research, and you got the information. Only to support something that is filled with error. Our people in the past were ignorant and illiterate. That's why they gravitated toward these things. They didn't have nothing. So when they listen to Garvey, when they listen to Elijah Muhammad or Noble Joe Ali, our people, we was ignorant. Those things sounded good. Many of them saw that Jesus wasn't doing too much for them, and they gravitated toward these things. 100 years later, you ain't did nothing no better than what Jesus Christ done. In fact, the reality, I'm going to do Dr. Umar Johnson. The reality, brothers and sisters, is that Christianity has done more for us than black conscience, black power, than all of them put together. You can put the Nation of Islam, you can put the Moorish Science Temple, the Black Panther Party, whatever it is, blackity black. Really, I don't even want to include the Black Panther Party because they wasn't, the Black Panther Party, power to the people. They really wasn't, they just wanted justice. All these other folks want you to convert you to Islam, convert you to some religion or some type of African spirituality, all that bull crap. And it has done what? It ain't did 100 years, it ain't did a damn thing for nobody. And that's not my fault. And that's your weak spot. You don't want nobody talking about that. But time has revealed you ain't no damn better talking about the church. What have you done better than the church? We're going to talk about the church and then we're going to get out of here. People can't have their opinion. You start pouting, and mouth spit start coming all out your mouth and crying. You are African. You stupid. You are like little children. You are African. You are Aboriginal. You are Muslim. Blah, blah, blah. Crying like little infants, little babies. You got it right. But then when you come to daddy, this house, when you come to adult, shut it all down. I can debate all of them at one time. and put these children in their place. Put all these dead folks worshiper in their place. Grave robbers. Put them all in their place. And they know it. That's why they don't mess with me. That's why they don't want you to listen to me. You listen to me, I'm alive. With new ideas, new strategies, because I'm alive. Learn from the past. Don't be the past. Because you can't be the past. You wasn't born in 1930. Some of y'all. Some of you may have been born in 1930. I don't know. But that's a generation slowly. I want to send my condolences to the family of a great actor, James Earl Jones, 1931, I believe. He just recently passed, 2024. Our soul brother, brilliant actor, love his voice. Our soul brother, James Earl Jones. You know-it-alls. I love to tear know-it-alls up. And they make all these excuses. You ain't on my level. I ain't got time. I don't have no time. But they make plenty of time for these other folks. They go back and forth or whatever. Now, here's somebody like Brother Ben. Brother Ben went back and forth with, what's his name? Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh made a video exposing the Nation of Islam. He really talked, very disrespectful. I don't speak nowhere close like Young Pharaoh talked about Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan. But Brother Ben would rather debate and argue with him than talk to me like a human being. That's a shame. Because Young Pharaoh is a grave robber. And he's a grave robber. And both of them are out for money. Both of them are out for YouTube fame and fortune or whatever. But these folks don't want to mess with me because they don't have nothing coming. All your research, all your scholarship don't mean nothing if you don't use common sense and reason. A lot of these teachings, a lot of these things that we believe don't make sense. We're not telling the whole story. We're telling only enough to fit this narrative. So I don't mind. I like to destroy these folks. I accept all challenges. I will go on your live stream. So you can be silly, because that's the only thing you're going to do is be silly. I was taught in the Nation of Islam, be fast thinking, fast moving, right down to the modern times. I'm still that. But now I know. That's the difference between you and me. Now I know. And I do my best to know. And you believe. And belief will never supersede knowing. So, people have the right to believe whatever it is. You have the right. But also understand your ideology and that belief is open season. You as a person, you can believe whatever you want to. But these beliefs in the see, this is the hypocritical thing. They can go after the church. They can go after whoever, but don't go after them. But they have the right to expose Donald Trump. They have the right to expose Kamala Harris. They have the right to expose Jesus. They have the right to expose Donald Duck. But then when they get exposed, start crying and whimpering because they don't believe nothing wrong with them. I don't know what world you live in. If you don't want somebody to talk about you, then shut your damn mouth and don't talk about nobody else. Don't talk about the police. Don't talk about the mayor. Don't talk about nobody. Keep your damn mouth shut. If you can talk about folks, then somebody can talk. Nobody is above scrutiny. Nobody is above interrogation. Nobody. If you feel that way, shut your mouth about everybody else. Stop talking about Michael Jackson. Don't talk about Prince. Don't talk about nothing. Just keep your stuff to yourself. But no, you're going to judge somebody because you want to show that you have the supreme wisdom. You smarter. You better. Well, then, you need to be tested. Even the Quran said about, do you think that you're going to believe and not be tested? Then you start crying because you failed the test. Let's talk about this church and get out of here. Even before my revelation that brought me to this ministry, I left the church, and when I heard the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I gravitated toward the Nation of Islam and see, I was a child. I was a child but at the same time, I understood Jim Crow and the injustice of the environment that I was living in. I'm a little boy. Our children, and it's the adults' fault. We're not teaching the children about the struggle. We got the children living like nothing's wrong. Certain animals teach their babies, that's a wolf. That's your enemy. Don't go near the wolf. Watch out for the wolf. Animals teach their babies about life, who their enemies are. We don't. Everybody our friend, we la-di-da-da-da. Then our children end up murdered, hurt. I was with my teenage relatives this weekend, not being taught nothing, watching stupid YouTube videos, nothing educated. I was a child, but that was just me, because no adult was teaching me nothing. It was just something about the struggle. Something I was just gravitating. I was a child and I wanted to do childish things, but I also understood that we as black people are under attack. I played with my G.I. Joe, but I understood there was an enemy out there that didn't like me because of my skin color. I understood there was an enemy out there that had no problem putting a noose around my neck and lynching me only because of the color of my skin. I understood that as a child. We're not teaching the babies nothing. And those of you who are, you adding this other stuff that they don't need, but you give it to them. What you see me, this is the way I've always been all my life. It's not new. I was like this before the Nation of Islam. As a child, I always understood, I could see the struggle. Many of you think that you better. What was you doing at 10 years old? You was playing with G.I. Joe. You was screwing around. You ain't nothing like me. That's why I'm serious about mine, because this is the way I've been all my life. I was not converted. There was no teaching. This is just how I am. I've been all my life. There was no adults. There was nobody teaching me nothing. There was no scholarship. There was nothing. None of that stuff was around. Some of you coming to the struggle, you was 18, 19, 20, whatever. You read a few books. I wasn't interested in reading books. I'm interested in fighting the enemy. Let's do this. The hell with a book. Reading books did not help the Montgomery boycott. Reading books. Real activity, real action. And they was able to get a real result. It took some years, but they finally accomplished it. They wouldn't run around, I'm a scholar reading books. That don't change nothing. Real activity. If your scholarship, if you're reading the books and getting the information don't equate to real activity, real action, it don't mean nothing. It's just what we call intellectual masturbation. Masturbation does not produce nothing. Only real sex produce babies. Masturbation don't produce nothing except give you temporary pleasure. And that's all you see. So many of these folks are filled with temporary pleasure. Then they want to come on my platform, try to argue, want to debate me and get your ass whooped. Then you want to blame me because your ass got whooped. You knew you shouldn't have came here to begin with. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You believe. You believe in Garvey. You believe in Elijah. You believe in Morris, Noble Drew Ali, Yahweh Ben Yah. You believe in these people. You don't know nothing. I stand on mine strong because I know. Not because I believe. And slowly but surely, as you see, when we post these little clips, whatever, we've been talking about Mississippi and the South for years. Way before these folks. These Johnny-come-latelys. We stand on ours. Because we know. And we know the benefits. I think they're doing something else. What is it? They are doing Black Man March in Atlanta or some crap. We like to waste our money. We like to waste our time doing the same stuff over and over again that get no results. You're going to have a black man march in Atlanta. What is the benefit? What is supposed to be the result? The Million Man March didn't produce nothing. They didn't know what to do. So you having a black man march in Atlanta for what? To do what? They don't know. That's what the people back in the day done. You bring nothing new, no creativity, no stuff, because you're following dead folks. And you can go no further than what they done. If the only thing the dead folks done was a march, that's all your ass can do. Here we are alive. You can't do better. See, it don't make no sense to me. So I went from the church because the church was not revolutionary enough. I love the people. I've always been treated well in the Christian church, the Baptist church. But it did not fulfill this need to be a revolutionary that I always felt as a child. So I went to the Nation of Islam. And I heard these brothers. I heard Louis Farrakhan and I heard Brother Khalid and I heard all these wonderful speakers. I heard all these wonderful speakers trying to copy what Elijah Muhammad did in the 1960s, 20 years ago. This is the 1980s. Ain't nobody bringing nothing new. And it becomes church. I'm a FOI. I'm a Fruit of Islam. They always talk about that's the military wing of the Nation of Islam, the Fruit of Islam, the military wing. The only thing I'm doing is selling newspapers and bean pies and going to church every Sunday. Going to church every Wednesday. Going to church every Saturday for FOI training. What are you doing in FOI training? Learning how to sell bean pies, learning how to sell newspapers, learn a little bit of self-defense, learn how to praise Elijah Muhammad. Oh, Elijah Muhammad this, Elijah Muhammad that. Oh, dear holy apostle. I'm not into that type of stuff. And I don't want it done to me. I don't go around, oh, Elijah, every few minutes. Just like, here you are a man. You are a man. You are a male. You run around, oh, Jesus, and keep talking. Only thing come out your mouth is men's name. That's gay as hell to me. Noah, Lot, Paul, Saul, and Jesus, whatever these other folks, Noah, Lot, and Jacob. Like, damn, when some women name gonna come out your mouth? That's gay to me. That's gay as hell. Only thing come out your mouth is a man. Elijah Muhammad, Master. Where's the woman at? Then they go home and put Minister Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad on their wall, and whatever. All these men. I don't want to see no man all the time. You surrounded by men all the time. Men. Oh, these hard legs. That's gay as hell to me. But this is the point I want to make. Because I already told you. And they cannot show that all this blackity black stuff is better than what the church has done. The church was the revolutionary arm in our struggle going all the way back to the slave plantation. It was the church. Nat Turner, Harriett Tubman was not inspired by Elijah Muhammad, was not inspired by Noble Drew Ali, by the Quran. They was inspired by the Bible. And there were many freedom fighters before Elijah Muhammad and all this blackity black stuff. They were Christian. Black Wall Street was Christian. Rosewood was Christian. We were Christian. They were the ones leading the fight, inspired by the Bible, not the Quran. So Nat Turner was a revolutionary, inspired by God, the Quran. Harriett Tubman was a revolutionary, inspired by the Bible. And the civil rights movement itself, Christians. And if you wanted something to eat right now, I guarantee you, you'll get something from a Christian faster than a Muslim or a Pan-African, these suckers. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, black Christians have more farmland than blackity black. They have more apartment buildings. They own more land and different things. I guarantee you. Christians have these homeless shelters and give you food and work programs and things of this nature. Blackity black, only thing they do is take from you. Talk about what they can do. But they ain't producing a damn thing. The first thing a leader should do is develop food. Make sure that the people have food, clothing, and shelter. But the blackity black leadership, they make sure they have food, clothing, and shelter. And the believers, the people giving donations, paying all this high rent, still got to go to the white man's grocery stores. The leadership is incompetent. But I want to say to black Christians, and see, I'm glad I said the things that I wanted to say first, because these people, blackity black, when they look at the title, oh, he gonna talk about get on the black church. No, I'm talking about your ass. Because you ain't nothing but a church. The Moorish Science Temple ain't nothing but a church. The Nation of Islam ain't nothing but a church. This UNIA, Pan-Africans, they ain't nothing but church. All of it ain't nothing but church. How the hell you gonna talk about black Christians? Your ass ain't nothing but a church too. All of it ain't nothing but church. All of it is nothing but intellectual masturbation that produces nothing. Pretty speeches, talk. But the old church, where Dr. King came from, was about action. And he lost his brother. And he lost his mother. You ain't losing nobody. And you think you better. Who you losing? Your people dying from natural causes because you ain't involved in nothing. So now the church is not like what Dr. King was. And the mindset is not like Nat Turner or Harriett Tubman. Now the church has become corrupt, selling their soul for money. So you're nothing like Jesus. Because even the fictional Jesus in the Bible was against corruption. And the Jesus of the Bible was poor. The Jesus of the Bible was not selfish, but you material. So all these Christians run into the politicians, the corrupt government, instead of Jesus for answer. And you become corrupt because now it's all about money. You're not inspired. Even though the Bible, we know, is corrupt or whatever, been messed up, whatever, but it still had enough power to inspire the revolutionary heart of Nat Turner, the revolutionary heart of Harriett Tubman, and many Christians. But now they done sold the Jesus out for a few dollars. A pretty dress. There's nothing revolutionary about them. And you still think that this Jesus is supposed to support you? You think that you're going to go to heaven? How you acting and how you behave? Jesus was a revolutionary. Jesus faced the government. You don't. You bow down and become part of the corruption. And the preacher to live a life of luxury, don't give a damn. This is not my fault. So if I went to church, I don't want to go to no punk church. I don't care about no pretty shoes, fancy cars, mansions and diamond rings. That's not Jesus. And the blackity black folks ain't no better. They do the same thing because that's success. That's success to have diamond rings and fancy cars. That's success for who? In this world. But not in the new world of heaven. That's success for this. Jesus fought and was against this. And the scriptures, the Quran, against this world. To say in my conclusion real quick, I saw a meme. It was a picture of Minister Farrakhan. And the meme said, why do believers in God, we all believers in God, why believers in God can't get along? And they have a picture of Minister Farrakhan. I guess that's a quote from him, I guess. Who are you to say something like that, sir? You didn't get along with Malcolm. You didn't get along with Khalid. You don't get along with a whole lot of folks. You don't get along with Eric Muhammad. How you gonna ask that question? See these people, this self-righteous, fake-ass righteousness that y'all got. You're violent. You're profane. You're not real. The Quran, the Islam, and Christianity, all this religious stuff is violent. They don't like talking about that part of their religion. It's violent. It has a history of violence. That's a holy war. That's a holy war going on in Gaza and Israel. That's a holy war. Has nothing to do with oil. Has nothing to do with material thing. They fighting over this sacred place and blah blah blah. Because it's violent. And even this Pan-African stuff, I asked this Pan-African guy, I said, if you had the power, because I'm not an African. If you had the power, would you force that? Well, I'm not saying. Violent. All this Hebrew Israelite, violent, all of you, they violent. So who in the hell really want to follow all this? all of it's violent and hateful and nasty and profane. Why would I want to be part of your crap? Nobody respect nobody. It's all tyrannical. It's all dictatorships. It's my way or the highway. But you won't change. You ain't no better than the white man. You ain't no better than Adolf Hitler. You ain't no better than Joseph Stalin. You ain't no better than none of these other dictators and tyrants. This is why I say, create your own. Begin the process to get out of hell. Begin the process to get out of this. This vision that we have, the Mississippi campaign, we see it one way, but we don't see it in the long term, because we see it as this political movement, when in reality, in the long term, it's actually the catalyst that will show the human being how to be a human being. And it will do what the Quran and the Bible and all this religious fiddle faddle after thousands of years have failed to do. Wouldn't it be ironic that your God would choose somebody to bring in the key to open the door to the heaven that you think you should have and you could have, if you really understood your scriptures and you really were sincere in your scriptures, instead of following these people, the false prophets, even in your own belief system. They're not real for you. They belong to these people. That's why movie stars, that's why they want to be with the celebrities. That's why they want the swimming pools and the big car, because they part of all this. Your Jesus was not part of this. He had a government upon his shoulders. There's no government on none of these people's shoulders. The government's not harassing nobody. As I speak right now, I'm not Jesus Christ. Every time I turn around, they flagging Angel Snubbing Up 7. I only have 10 subscribers. I only get 10 views. What the hell you messing with me for? They flagging my channel right now. What you keep messing with me for? Because I'm talking and doing the way the preacher's supposed to be. Revolutionaries against corruption. But they're friends. And they are part of the problem instead of being part of the solution. Selfish, materialistic folks. And most of you know it. But you part of the corruption yourself. And you get angry when somebody like me show up and show you exactly who you are. IMGA forever says, we now live in a society of truth haters. That's right. It's all about, and one of the first things they gonna say, I'm getting paid. I saw Brother Ben, I think it was Brother Ben, he was bragging. He bought his mother this, nice house, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. You want to get paid? Brother Ben said, you want to get paid? Let me show you how to get paid. But you got to pay me. You got to pay me so I can show you how to get paid. We should be used to that scam. Wow. With that said, we out of here. I would assume the debate is almost over between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I don't know. It really makes no difference. For black people, it really makes no difference who is president. If we were smart, and if we were wise, we just make our moves. It don't make no difference. But you're not smart. So you need Donald Trump to help you. You need Kamala Harris to help you because you're not smart. You need the great white hope or the great half-black Jamaican lady hope or some white hope, whatever. You need some spook come out the sky or a mother plane or somebody come out the grave. You can't do nothing on your own. But you want to be respected as a full functioning man. That's never going to happen when you're acting like a boy. And that's why they call you behind your back boy. Oh, let them think they men. You're not a man. You're not a full functioning man. You're not a full functioning woman. Children. And even in your scriptures, you call yourself the children. You never grow up. That's why you don't understand me. Because when you grow up, you become God. If I'm a child of God, I grow up to be God. And then I act like God. And I should have the powers of a God. But you're children. God don't pray to God because I'm God. You pray and get on your knees and beg because you're a child. That's what children do. Mama, can I have a quarter? Mama, will you do this for me? Daddy, will you go? You have to ask your daddy and mommy, can I go to the movies, mama, daddy? When you grown, you don't ask nobody nothing. When you're a child, dependent upon somebody. Mama, daddy, can I have? Can I do? Can I have? And you think I want to be like you? No. I'm an adult. So we should act like that. I did my time as a child. That's over. It's time now that we become adults. With that said, I want to say thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you, IMGA, and those in the chat room. We are simulcasting, and we had pretty good connection, it seems. Internet connection. That's good. We are simulcasting on Angel Snub 7 YouTube channel, Reality's Temple on Earth YouTube channel, Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry YouTube channel, Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry Facebook channel, and its affiliates. Maybe I need to start going more live on Facebook. We don't have that many problems on Facebook, and actually we're getting more views on Facebook. I really don't want to do that, but I mean, I'm getting more action on Facebook than I am on YouTube. I'm not getting flagged on YouTube. I mean, I'm getting flagged on YouTube. I'm not getting flagged on Facebook. But we're out of here. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward in a few months for our main video lecture, Soul Liberation Day 2025, Pioneers of a New Reality. That's going to be our thing. So look out for that lecture. And I enjoyed our little talk. Thank you so much. And as our ancestor Don Cornelius used to always say as in parting, we wish you love, peace, and soul. We are Audi 5000.